Oh. This is creepy station. The hell is he saying? Alright, next. Hang on, can I just... Oh, yeah, we can just do an auto scan. Where's the country station? Oh, man. I guess this'll have to do. Alright, fuck it, that'll do. Oh. Oh, cool, they're following us. Convenience store. Because, yeah, we're still hungry. The convenience store is just a tiny booth in the middle of a lot that must have once been an active gas station. Disused pumps chip red paint into dull brown and white stains. The light in the booth is on. Approach a window. The inside of the booth is big enough for a card table, 2 chairs, and a few plastic crates filled with snacks and warm coke. 2 men shuffle plastic dominoes across the table. Knock on the window. Conway knocks on the window. One of the men waves brusquely in Conway's general direction and returns his focus to the game. Look for a door. He finds a sliding service window on the far side of the booth. It's the kind of service window that can slide in and out of the booth without allowing anyone to reach in and make a grab for the cash register. Pass in some money. Conway puts a few dollars through the service window. One of the men lets out a vexed sigh. Without standing or turning his eyes away from the game, he reaches into a plastic crate and retrieves a small blue bag, distractedly pushing it through the service window. Chips or something? The bag is illustrated with a cartoon drawing of an avocado, but the nutritional data suggests it's pretty sugary. The expiration date has been worn away. Nice. Alright, we're going exploring again. This is a new road! We just created a new road. Excuse me. Go where you're told. Railroad track! No! Excuse me. Railroad track. Thank you. This isolated stretch of railroad track is overgrown with wildflowers. It spans only a few hundred yards and is bracketed on each side by a pile of rotting wooden ties. The only visible stop on the railway is a squat wooden station building, brightly lit from within. Enter the building, of course. Conway and Ezra enter the building. The station interior is warm. Soft orange light from a few antique fixtures, worn but finished wood floors and counters, and a compact space heater left conspicuously in the middle of the room. Train memorabilia hangs from racks on the wall. A model steam engine pulls boxcars steadily along a track threaded through the rafters. A teenager in a kitschy engineer's cap is slumped behind a cash register, asleep. Examine the model train, please. It's too high to get up to get a good look at it. Ask for help. Conway lifts Ezra up onto his shoulders. The train speeds by just out of reach. Ezra shifts his weight, lifts his left knee to chin height, and before Conway can stop him, vaults off the older man's shoulders and up into the rafters. Oh god. Ezra, please. The view from the rafters is not much different. Piles of boxed trains and train memorabilia. The clerk asleep behind the desk. Conway looking awkwardly around the room and occasionally scratching the nape of his neck. Does he know he does that? Is it just one of those things that he does, like the way Ezra's mother half sings hello and goodbye? It almost sounds like a joke, or a question when she does it. Conway scratching his neck seems like a question too. Are we really here? Maybe. Or maybe, is this it? The train isn't very interesting up close. After all, it's only a toy. Fun. See what else we can find. I have no idea where it is we've been. So there will almost certainly be some backtracking. Let's just try and do the sort of outer perimeter picnic! A blanket is spread on the grass just off the road. It would make a reasonable spot for a picnic, sheltered in the daytime by a coffee tree. They have coffee trees in Kentucky? That's awesome. Walk to the picnic spread. 5 places are said. One plate is piled with ham, another with apples. Examine the ham. Shannon pushes a piece of ham with a stick. Definitely isn't ham. Maybe felt? Dyed in embroidered fabric? Some kind of toy ham. Someone must have been here, playing at a picnic. The supplies are weathered. Hard to tell how long ago that happened. Interesting. Weird, but interesting. Nothing here. Mammoth Cave Road. It's a good name for a road. Ah, Shannon's workshop. The truck pulls into the bait shop parking lot. The bait shop is closed. Enter workshop. Conway and Shannon walk around to the side of the building. Shannon fumbles with her key for a bit and then looks down at her feet. The locks have been changed. Oh god. That's so nasty. She writes a short but stern note about tenants' rights and pins it to the door. That's so rude. How dare they? Continue exploration. What happens if I go all the way up to 65? Nope, nothing. Thought I might be able to go to the next state over. And maybe like Arkansas Route 0. I don't know if those two even share a border, and I'm very sorry if they don't. My American geography is horrible. In fact, I don't think they do, now that I think about it. That's a thing here. Petting zoo! Yes! The petting zoo is closed. Oh, god damn it. That upsets me. Tavern. No, we're not going to the tavern yet. We are not finished. We are not finished exploring. Oh. Let's change it. Yeah, that's lovely, that one. There we go. That'll do. Creek! Conway leaves the truck to stretch his legs by the creek. He follows the edge of the road, then wanders a bit into the woods where the creek and road part. The creek bed is nearly dry this time of year, but a few thin channels still run through the rocks. He can barely make out the moonlit silhouette of an overturned boat a few dozen yards down the creek. He reaches habitually into his jacket pocket, then remembers he doesn't carry a flask anymore. Yeah, story, tell me, what states actually do border Kentucky? So that I don't make that mistake again. Anything in the town? No, there's nothing in... Oh, clockworks. Yes, there is. A faux rustic wooden sign hangs by a chain above the door. Glasgow Clockworks, carved in a fanciful typeface, then set with what looks like brass or coloured plastic. The windows are darkened, too crowded with antique clocks to make out the interior. A small metal sign bolted into the building's alley reads, GTS stop number 5, 5:30, 7:15, 8:45, 10:15, 12:15, and then several more numbers or words, worn illegible by the rain. 3 people stand under the sign, a young man with a newspaper, a young woman scribbling anxiously in a leather-bound journal, and an older woman whose face is shadowed by a wide-brimmed hat. Let's peer into the window first. It's hard to tell where the curtain's shadows end and the dusty clock silhouettes begin. Listen at the glass. Conway rests his head against the window and closes his eyes. It feels cool. His breath fogs the glass like September. It was fall when he met Lysette. School days. Neither of them were very good students. They'd cut out early and spend the afternoons in darkened bars. Sometimes she'd sing, or he'd pick up bottles, and the staff would pretend they were old enough to be there. Conway and Lysette would pretend too. Then he got a long-haul job, lost it on the road, and took too long coming home. He took a job from a wiry, irritable roofer named Ira. Ira brought him home to meet the wife and son, and there she was. Conway kept his mouth shut, not out of respect, but out of habit. Ooh, interesting. Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia to the north and northeast, Tennessee to the south. Tennessee, I think that's what the one I was meaning to say. Illinois and a little Missouri too. Missouri. Conway examines the metal sign. Thank you very much, Dory. It's impossible to tell how late the bus runs. Are these people just waiting? Could they have missed the last bus? Oh, cool. Who are we offering a ride to? Older woman, of course, out of those three. The old woman grumbles to herself as she climbs in the truck. Her name is Linda. She lives near the artificial limb factory, but can't be bothered for specifics. Hell yes! Let's give people lifts. Right, the artificial limb factory is up here somewhere. Right, that's the burning tree. Artificial limb factory is up here. There it is. Linda's home. Awesome. Linda doesn't care for the public transportation in this area. The buses are too small. In fact, they hardly qualify. Linda worked for 25 years as a city planner in Knoxville, so she knows. But it's not her place to say, really. But if she were asked, if anyone were to ask, she'd start with public transportation. It's the pride of a civil society. It's a place as much as any city centre. It ought to be funded as such. Sure, you could spend thousands on some concrete fountain, some scene of antiquity, something really impressive. But what does that do for a police who meets at a fountain to exchange ideas? Drug dealers, that's who, and maniacs. I like this woman. Linda meets people on the bus, or at the bus stop. That's where things get done. In Mexico City, or Montreal, or New York, the trains are so fluid in their dependability that they're practically a stable place themselves. They're at least as reliable as a place as Linda lives here, with her daughter and son-in-law, in that squat grey building on the left. She owns the house, but her room is in the basement. The basement! Of her own house. Life is suffering, as they say. Oh, please tell me I can go and give lifts to the other people now. Let me get those other people and give them lifts. But the bus is probably... Oh, no, bus stop's still there. A full rustic wooden sign handle... This is it. Yes, we've had this. Yes, lovely. Young man with a newspaper and the young woman. Excellent. Offer a ride to the younger woman. Great, we're a bus now. The young woman accepts cautiously. Her name is Patty. She lives near the state park, a short drive west of the Marquez farmhouse on Route 70. Awesome. So that's like over here somewhere. This is 70. Oh, maybe a little bit more this way. No. Oh, I'm an idiot. I can't tell west from east apparently. It's the museum. Patty's home. Patty has an idea for a new kind of chair. Not really the whole chair, just the part of the chair that lets you adjust the height or the tilt. Could be adopted to fit almost any chair design, and it doesn't take up much space. Could be flat packed even. It's really a much more reliable design in the long term. And using the current crop of seat adjustment mechanisms, you're always running the risk of pinching your fingers, fumbling down under your chair. Not so with Patty's new design. But it's not cheap to get a prototype fabricated for such a thing. Too many moving parts. That much is unavoidable. Patty's been doing some freelance technical writing to pay the bills, and setting aside as much as she can towards the project. She calls it the project when talking to friends and family, and by now everyone knows what she means. In school, she was easily distracted. Her teachers never thought she'd really commanded her full potential, and so on. But it won't be long now. Patty's staying here in that ugly amber bungalow. Again, it's only temporary. All right, let's go get the man. Let's go get the man and complete our quest. Down Cumberland Parkway, head up into Cleveland Avenue, and over to the bus stop on Main Street. Just a man standing here now. Offer a ride to the man. The man accepts gratefully. His name is Keith. He lives a ways west, not far from the Museum of Dwellings, just south across 65. He lives like right next to what's her face? Patty. Just south across 65. So this... No. God, I'm horrible with directions. I think this way? Oh. Nope. I've gone the wrong way. Keith's home. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. Keith is an auto claims adjuster now. He went to the University of Indianapolis, mathematics, with a minor in sports marketing. What a degree. Halfway through his junior year in college, Keith's boyfriend ran away with an older woman. His grades fell off. He stopped shaving. His friends were concerned and suggested he take a semester off to refocus himself. He sold his car and spent 3 months traveling the country by Greyhound bus. Keith found himself in Butte, Montana. I think that's how that's pronounced. Butte, Montana, maybe? In the dead of winter, his rough beard stained with gas station coffee, and his eyes clouded with travel. He bought a second coat at a thrift store, and settled onto a stool in a tavern by the cemetery. Keith sipped a light beer and lost himself in a photo on the wall. A portrait of Evel Knievel. Knievel looked tired. More than tired. Spent. Drained. Old. But Keith could have sworn those murky, bloodshot eyes were looking right into his soul, as if to tell him, Keith's apartment is here, on the left. The salmon-coloured building. That's his apartment, with the blue and white star decal stuck on the window. Nice. What, no achievement? Are you kidding me? I deserve at least an achievement unlock for that, I feel. Mount Olive Gherkin Road. What a name. What a name. Oh, come on now. Just checking all the back roads. Was that called Shady Lady Church Road? Or did I read that wrong? Let's go back to Equus Oils. See what happens. I haven't been there since the very start of the game. Excuse me? Act 3, Scene 3. Equus Oils. What? Were we supposed to come here? Speak to Joseph again. Truck sounds like it's running kind of rough there. Better keep an eye on it. Just going with all the Ezra options now. Oh Christ, we've got more people who can talk now. Ezra, why do you work here? Ezra, that's not really... You can't help where you end up, kid. You just end up there. We met a friend of yours named Lula. Lula. Got me on. Do you have any games on your computer? You know what? I might. My niece works nights at the hospital, and she swung by for her lunch break an hour or two ago. She's kind of a... She doesn't talk a whole lot, but I like her company. I heard her typing away in there. You might take a look. We met a friend of yours named Lula. Oh, yeah, I should have guessed you would. Did she say anything about me? She said you used to be lovers. Oh, well, I guess that was a long time ago. Better get going. Dude, please tell me we can go in. Oh, yes, we can look at the computer. Conway taps a key, waking the computer from its reverie. That rhymed. Messages, games, exit. Games! Directory listing for games. Psychotherapist. Or, depending on the spacing, it could be Psycho the something. Sports medicine professional 1973. Let's play Psycho the therapist. Loading psychotherapist. Ready? Run. I am the psychotherapist. Please describe your problems. I'm lost. I'm thinking of drinking again. Do you believe it is normal to be thinking of drinking again? Is this just an advanced Magic 8 Ball? For people like me, it is. That's quite interesting. I'd like to try an exercise now. Please, close your eyes. And ask another person to read the following text aloud. Oh, I'll do it. It's summer. You're sitting in a very long hall on a backless stool. The seat is upholstered in fake leather, slick with condensation. You shift your weight uncontrollably. Uncomfortably. Excuse me. Uncontrollably. That doesn't make sense. At the end of the very long hall, a ceiling fan beats out the rhythm of seconds. The air in the very long hall is still. You need a shave. You feel 3 rough whiskers curled over your upper lip. You shift your weight on the slick leather seat and exhale gently to displace the 3 rough whiskers curled over your upper lip. The very long hall is silent, except for the ceiling fan beating out the rhythm of seconds, and the noise of your breath as you exhale gently to displace the 3 rough whiskers curled over your upper lip. Your tongue is burned. Perhaps you drank some coffee too quickly within the last several days. Your mouth is dry, and the lights are slowly dimming. Oh, it says I'm not supposed to read this part aloud. Okay, it's over. Directory listing for games. Sports Medical Professional 1973. Let's play Sports Medicine Professional 1973. Loading Sports Medicine Professional 1973. February 1973. Status Senior. GPA 3.8. Effect Bored. Study Hit the bar. Explore the forest. Explore the forest. Hell yes. Forest. It's raining. Mud is everywhere on the wings of owls. Mud is everywhere on the wings of owls and the jowls of stray dogs. Burrowing shelter with other mammals, and then waking up late, damp and cold. Waiting for the bus with other mammals. March 1973. Status Hiker. GPA 3.8. Effect Bored. Or affect, I suppose I should say. Study Hit the bar. Explore the forest. Hit the bar. It's dead tonight. Shots. The bartender has her kids this weekend, which she's looking forward to. April 1973. Status Hiker. GPA 3.8. Effect Affect Pensive. Let's study. Let's get our GPA up to 4.0. Strains of the rotator cuff tendons can be very painful and may require the prescription of pain-relieving medicine in addition to rest and icing. May 1973. Status Hiker. GPA 3.85. Oh my god. Affect Pensive. It's time to make a decision. Graduate. Hitchhike cross country. Live in a tree. I'm gonna live in a tree. It's cold. Damp. Always damp. Nothing tastes or smells right. Impossible to relax. Always on guard against the neighbors and the elements. Bewildering. Score. Hiker. Director. What was that game? Score. Hiker. Sports Medicine Professional 1973. No, let's not do that again. And we looked at all the messages last time. Although there may be a new one. But let's go down the back. Can we go down? Can we not go down the basement anymore? God damn it. Is that my leg that's making that noise, or is it the truck? Can't talk to Johnny. Okay. It's time to go. I think it's the truck that's making that noise. That is horrific. It's time to go. Okay. Continue exploring. Bon Air Road. Whoa, drive-in theater. Yes, please. Absolutely drive-in theater. Oh my god, we're the only ones here. I love it. I have never been to a drive-in theater, but I really want to at some point in my life. It seems like a cool idea. Oh, we're not the only ones here. I mean, do they still exist? They must still exist. But it's an incredibly American thing. You just don't get them in Europe, as far as I'm aware. What are we watching? This must be near the end. You think? Sure. You can tell they're all in crisis. You don't think it's a happy ending? Sure, most of them are, but first everyone gets in a crisis, and that makes it more satisfying. Excellent observation, ma'am. I manage. Do you think they'll start it over after the ending? Yeah, they do that sometimes. There are a couple in your state, but the closest 2 hours away, so that's way too far. I mean, I probably would. Actually, you know, if you were like really, not bored, but if you really wanted to go do something on like a Sunday, if they're open on Sundays. It'd be a cool little road trip. You go out, you drive 2 hours, you grab some food, go sit and watch a movie in your car. I think it's an awesome idea. I mean, I might be wrong. I might hate it. I've never done it, but it sounds awesome. You want to see the beginning after the ending? Maybe it's better that way. Do all these people know each other? I think they work together. The dark-haired lady is the boss. She's troubled. Oh, okay. How come nobody talks? It's silent. Before your time. Do they just play old movies here? Probably so they don't have to give you speakers for your car. The car speakers are my favorite part. You know they use radio? Just regular radio, I mean? Sometimes people bring a little transmitter in and jam the signal with some circus music or something. That's horrendous. Something loud and garish. Oh, it's like trolls on Twitch when they come in and request stupid music. That's what makes the best jamming signal. Hit all the frequencies. Damn, did you see that? Not sure you should be watching this, kid. I'm not watching. I didn't see that coming. Took a violent turn there. We should get back on the road. Let's just watch. See how it ends. Hell yeah. I'm gonna watch the fucking movie. So, what are you hauling back there? Anything good? You been driving long? Antiques. Naturally. Do you have any of those little ceramic, I want to say porcelain figurines? You know, slice of life? You collect porcelain figurines? I just like to look at them sometimes. I like how they all have their jobs just painted on, you know? Like I saw one in a gas station the other day who could have been either a milkman or a cop. He had that hat and uniform, right? And who knows how it went down. Maybe they just had more blue paint that day? American Moments figurine. Cop. $35. They posed him next to a dusty milkman, his brother. $15. What are they doing? They're burying him. Time to get going? Might as well finish the film. Oh man, this looks awesome. Seems like a lot of trouble to make a delivery. You couldn't have referred them to someone local? They were very specific. Ah. Good for them knowing what they want, I guess. Whoa, that's it? Yeah, just kind of trailed off. It's really weird the way the big guy just sat down in the road like that. What do you think it means? He gave up. That's kind of sad. Well, let's get back on the road, huh? I had a great time. So weird that they just programmed that into the middle of the game. You can just find an outdoor fucking drive-in theater. Okay, can't go down that road. Let's go the other way. I can't go that way. Can I go down this way? Nope. God damn it. Alright, well, I seem to have found a lot of things. Most of the things. I haven't gone through all these middle roads. But I'm not sure really if there's anything to find on these middle roads either. And then we can actually go and do what we're supposed to be doing. Yeah. I mean, oh. We could have a look at the Marquez farmhouse, I suppose. The farmhouse is silent and empty. The barn is still gone. So is the cave. A few horses graze in the empty field.